Well, good Thursday afternoon. We are once again targeting the violence here on our Facebook Live podcast. I'm Kim Anderson. Thanks so much for joining us. I've got a special guest, like always, but this one is a little extra special because I've known her since she was a little tiny girl. I want to introduce you to DeAsia Jones, who is the reigning Distinguished Young Woman for the state of Alabama.
Yes.
DeAsia, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I have to start off by saying I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And just seeing you just blossom into this amazing young woman.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good. Well, some facts about DeAsia is she is the first Mobile County Distinguished Young Woman to represent the state of Alabama in more than 35 years. What an honor.
Yes, definitely.
Talk about how you decided to get involved with Distinguished Young Woman.
Well, since I've been at the dance studio, I've had several girls come up through the program that have won at the county level but haven't had the opportunity to represent at the state level. And so I'm just so glad that I actually had the opportunity to go and win. And that was just a big part of who led me to getting in the program, as well as I've had, people the past year that I've been friends with that, had talked about the program. And I was like, this is something that I really want to do. So I'm just glad I put my best foot forward and got head first into it.
Now, Distinguished Young Woman, a lot of people think it's a pageant, but it's not a pageant. And it really encourages girls to pursue their education.
Yes, definitely.
So you got like thousands of dollars, I'm sure, in scholarship money
Yes,
from
ma'am.
them.
I would say that, the first three main parts of Distinguished Young Woman are scholarship, leadership, and talent. Scholarship being the first one of those things. And that Distinguished Young Woman is actually the biggest organization for scholarship providers for high school girls in this country. And so I've had the opportunity to gain so much cash and scholarships and college granted scholarships from the program, and I'm so excited to be heading to UAB in the fall, where I will use some of that scholarship money to my tuition.
Now, this wasn't an easy competition to win, so it's not a piece of cake. You had to do fitness, you had to do a talent. Let me tell you, I saw that fitness video, and honey, you were working those guns.
Yes, ma'am.
Those push-ups, and you won that right there.
Yes, ma'am. Fitness was actually one of my strongest areas of improvement. I would feel like I've been in the gym consistently now for the last 6.5, 7 months, 3 days a week. And so that was one of my biggest areas of improvement. I got those tricep push-ups instead of the regular push-ups, working on my overall health and wellness, physical and mental health. And I can even tell the difference now, as my friends have, said comments to me, and I've even lost some weight. And so I'm just so proud of myself and how far I've come from June.
Well, to me, I always thought you looked great anyway.
Thank you.
That's amazing that you get those benefits in it. Let's talk about you being a role model, because people don't know how amazing and a big deal that this is. We're living in a day now where we're seeing an uptick in violence among our teen girls.
Yes.
Usually we used to have problems with the boys, but we're seeing a lot with the teen girls. How do you stay out of trouble, and some advice you'd give to the other girls?
Well, along with my leadership organizations that I'm involved in school, I am very actively involved in my community as far as the Ronald McDonald House, the Red Shoe Crew, which is their student-led organization for juniors and seniors, and helping the families that are currently staying at the Ronald McDonald House. I participated in Youth Leadership Mobile, which is an organization led by Mobile United, and just so many other things I've been involved in. The Boys and Girls Club, Dance Without Limits, which is a studio for special needs individuals, and I'm just so glad that I get to be a part of my community and truly give back. And I feel like that's one thing that we all should take a part of being involved in your community, is that it's not for the looks, it's not for the outside, it's that you should truly do it out of the kindness of your heart to give back to your community.
And then also the pride, because it gives you a sense of pride. And the old saying that idle mind is a devil's workshop, we never have to worry about your mind being a devil's workshop, because it's not idle. But that also goes back to good parenting. You had some parents that really were able to invest in you.
Yes, definitely. I just want to thank them. As my mom's here today, I just want to thank her and my dad, and as well as like other mentors in my family, my aunt, my granddad, anybody who's helped me along the way, just keeping me on that right path, keeping me on that straight path, keep my grades up, stay in school, stay involved in your community, put 100% effort into everything you do, and I've really taken that to heart. And I'm so glad that I get to continue with that into June for nationals this summer.
Now, you're a senior at Faith Academy.
Yes, ma'am.
And I keep up with you through different social media, and I'm seeing that you've just done about everything at Faith Academy
Yes, ma'am.
that's possible. So you are one of those kids that when you set your mind to something, you're gonna accomplish it. You're just not going to go after it.
Yes, ma'am. And I feel like that's a characteristic, that's a trait I've always had. Anytime I get into something, even if it's just making bracelets, I always go 0 to 100 no matter what, because if I'm going into something, I'm going to put my best foot forward at all times. And DYW was another one of those things that I really wanted to do that. I went into it, with the mindset of there's great competition here, but I have great things as well that make me special and that allow me to be able to do the things that I am going to do, that I set my mind to. And so I'm just so glad that I had people to push me along the way, to challenge me so that I can truly be my best self.
That's amazing. So I know that we're having an issue too with social media. Really, some people want to say it's a bad influence on them and that it's kind of bringing the spirit of kids down in depression. But I mean, I'm talking to you and you're just so upbeat and so energetic and so full of life. So do you even look at social media? Do you stay on it, or you just kind of block out all the bad stuff?
I'm not going to lie. I'm a 17-year-old teenager, and I'm always on social media. I don't know, there's not a time when I'm not on my phone, but at the same time, I have to separate and I have to remind myself that social media is the highlight of everybody else's lives. And I even post the highlights of my life on social media. You don't see my day-to-day, my everyday, what I do on a daily basis, all the struggles that I go through behind the scenes. And that I feel that a lot of people on social media put their best selves out there for the world to see, to put up this front. But that's not what truly goes on behind the scenes. And so for me personally, I just try to block some of that negativity out, because I know that it's not true and that's not who God says that I am in any way, shape, or form, and that I truly know who I am.
That is some amazing advice. You need to go out and speak to some schools on the school circuit. Now, you're a dancer.
Yes,
for some
ma'am.
people who may not know that, and she's a phenomenal dancer. I mean, every time you've hit the stage since you were like 5 years old, you just captivated an audience and captivated me with your dance. So you have started kind of like a social platform kind of based off of dance.
Yes, ma'am. So my platform is called Just Dance, and DANCE is actually an acronym. Stands for Dream, Aspire, Nurture, Create, and Empower. And it's an educational resource on the power and benefits of dance, and just how dance has always been there for me in every way, shape, and form, through the good times and the bad times, and how it's an outlet that I can express myself freely without feeling judged, without feeling, small, and that I can truly be myself in. And so I just want to share my passion with others through dance.
And there's so many girls out there who could benefit from dance.
Yes.
Because just even have a daughter who dances, I know that it gives y'all that discipline, and it
Yes,
gives
ma'am.
you the foundation. And I mean, would you recommend for at least everybody to try it?
Absolutely. And I truly can say this now at the point in my life that I am. I would not be me without dance. And I've been doing it for almost 15 years now, which is pretty much all of my life. And I wouldn't have wanted it any other way, through the good times, through the bad, all the challenges I've had along the way, that it's truly shaped me into the person I am today. The friendships I've made through dance, the competitive aspect, as you said, the discipline that I've gained from it, that everybody should try at least one dance class in their life. Not only is it good for your mental well-being and your physical well-being, but I mean, everybody needs a little cardio here and there, and so it's definitely a good exercise as well. And I just want to say that, it may be something out of your comfort zone, but sometimes we have to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone to grow. And so I would say that everybody should try at least one dance class in their time.
That's awesome. If I had the coordination, I'd try it too. I've tried a couple of times. I should have done it earlier in my life. Let's talk about getting ready for the nationals.
Yes,
What are
ma'am.
some things that you have to do to get ready?
Well, I've, for state, I even prepped every single week for interviews, self-expression, and fitness. And so I'm not stopping. I'm going 0 to 100 once again for nationals, as it'll be here in Mobile, our hometown. And I'm just so excited to represent Mobile and show everybody what I've got. And so I'm continuing every week interview prep, self-expression prep, staying in the gym, of course, perfecting my talent even more, and just working on my scholastics. I'm trying to get my ACT score up even more. And so just taking every single aspect of DYW and just elevating me to that next level, to where I will be a competitor to win.
Well, I'm going to tell you now, you're going to kill it when it comes to the interviews, because you are a great interview.
Thank you.
I mean, it's rare that you see teenagers that have all the expression and energy that you have. What's after high school? What do you got going on next?
After high school, I plan to attend UAB, the University of Alabama at Birmingham, in the fall. I plan to go into biomedical sciences so that I can further obtain my degree for surgical dermatology is my overall career goal that I want to go into. I actually got that dream when I was 12 and Dr. Pimple Popper on TLC came on and I started that show and I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And so, as you said, like, you don't like that and some people don't like that, but that's one of the things that I just absolutely love and I found so fascinating. And so when I wanted to go into that field, I wanted to say, you know, this is not only something that I enjoy, but something that I can help so many other people with in their confidence, because first impressions are everything in today's world. And I just want to be that small piece in someone's life that makes them feel even that much more confident about themselves.
And that's an amazing field to go into because a lot of children don't think about that. And did you know that only 3% of dermatologists are African American? So
Yes.
that is a field that is much needed for people of color because all skin type
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
is not the same, which is absolutely amazing. Well, DeAsia, I have to say I'm so proud of you. We're going to put up on the screen your Just Dance information because I know you have that on Instagram. And there it goes right there. Your Instagram handle is what, for those who may not be able to actually see us, but they're listening to us?
It is just.dance_DLJ.
That is awesome. And we can just follow you on Instagram and follow your entire journey.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so proud of you. Okay, again, thank you, DeAsia, so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We wish you the best of luck in June.
Thank you. I hope you can all join me this summer in June.
Because we know you're going to take that national title. You're going to
Thank
kill
you.
it. You're going
Thank
to kill
you.
it. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week.